Hello, friends, and welcome to Empower You 2 podcast. I'm your host, Natasha Paris, and I'm excited because you are in the building with me. You can be anywhere in the world, but you have chosen to be here with me, and I am so humbled and appreciative. Let me tell you about this show. Each and every single week, we continue to empower you to greatness that is truly going to help you, whether you are a person that have experienced a heartbreak, have gone through a divorce, or have endured levels of trauma of any kind, or you're just a person trying to rebuild their life and themselves, and now you are finally ready to live a life full of abundance, joy, and peace, then this show is for you. So with that said, thank you again for being here. I am extremely grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you because together we are empowered for greatness. You ready? Let's go. Hello, my friends. It is your girl, Natasha Paris, the empowerment strategist and your resident therapist. Yes. I'm super excited because, as always, I am coming before you because I have something to share that can potentially change the trajectory of your life and how you are moving in this place, in this world. How are you moving, my friend? Well, in the Empower You 2 podcast, we are all about improving your life in all areas of your life, in all aspects, okay? So before I jump into our episode for today, I want you to do 3 things. I want you to first, of course, go to your favorite platform and hit the 5-star button, basically saying that this is the podcast to be connected to, okay? You need to be downloading this podcast, okay? Second thing that I want you to do is I want you to, of course, leave a comment. Tell me why you've hit that 5-star button, not because I told you, but because you found value in this episode and all the other episodes that I've brought to you, okay? And the third thing is, sharing is caring. Absolutely. I want you to share this with as many people as possible because this topic, all too well, I've seen it, I've experienced it, and I want you to know there are lights, not one light at the end of the tunnel, but there are lights. And I want you to understand that if you're getting this information and it's helpful to you, can you imagine how helpful it would be for someone else? So sharing is caring. Share this episode and this entire Empower You 2 podcast with someone that you believe could benefit, or just a friend, because you don't know what they're going through, right? Because more often than not, especially women, we will wear the mask. Oh my gosh, we would wear the mask. And behind closed doors, we are really crying inside and we let it out. So let's jump into episode 149. Yes, I said it. We are in season 2. 149 is healing before loving again. How do you know if you are emotionally ready to date after a breakup or a divorce? I'm going to repeat that again. Healing before loving again. How do you know when you are emotionally ready to date after a breakup or a divorce? Well, let's jump right into it because there are so many people that I have counseled over the years who find themselves getting into the same type of relationship, attracting that same toxicity, and then constantly, it's like a merry-go-round, getting their heart broken and feeling depleted and feeling very angry. And they make these blanket statements that there are no good men out there, or I have the worst luck. We're going to stop this today. That negative talk as well as the negative thoughts. Because let me tell you, and you know, I love you guys, right? So I'm going to just be very honest and 100%. I was there. I often would attract men who looked great on the outside, but they were very controlling or they were in need of help in some fashion. And because I'm a therapist, I felt that I could potentially support them and help them emotionally. Boy, was I wrong, because I left that relationship feeling on E, like depleted and also angry because they took my niceness for weakness. So why is it so important for us to emotionally heal before jumping into a relationship? Why is that important? Well, let me say to you that it is a game changer when you understand why you're attracting that type of personality, and also how do you really build yourself up from these breakups. Okay? One thing's for sure is that it is so vital that healing takes place, because too often, and I have a few friends like that, they go from one relationship to the next, right? They get under someone to get over someone. Ooh, I like that. They get under someone in order to get over someone. And that is a big fat no-no. It is. It really is. Why? Because healing matters. Because if you invested your time, your energy, your love, your money into a relationship and it falls apart, you're going to feel levels of hurt and you're going to feel levels of sadness as well as grief. And so why does healing matter? Because entering a new relationship before you're ready can lead to repeating the same types of behaviors and patterns. So it is so important that you heal before entering another relationship. And what I know for sure is that after a divorce, I've been divorced for the past 12 years. It took me some time to meet my amazing beau. But what I know for sure is that common emotional wounds after a divorce, grief, causes you to have trust issues. It causes you to feel levels of abandonment. It feel like you've lost your identity because you have put so much into this relationship that you feel like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this another time. I can't get into another relationship. Or if I get into a relationship, my goal is to heal, right? Time heals all wounds. I disagree. I truly disagree, because it doesn't mean it goes away. You're just putting time in between you and finding and being found by your love interest, right? And so it is so important for you to understand that healing is essential, right? Because the unhealed trauma can cause future difficulties in relationships. I'm going to say that again. The impact of being unhealed and the trauma that you've endured, let me tell you right now, it will impact your future relationships. You're like, how does that happen? Well, because the last person left you or cheated on you or was toxic. So guess what you're going to do before you enter into a relationship, you know you have to heal, but you choose not to. So you go right from one relationship into another. And guess what happens? What happens next is that you don't trust that person. You think that they're always doing something behind your back. These are remnants of the last relationship. This person's a whole new person. They have all different experiences, right? But yet you don't trust them. Yet you are waiting for the ball to drop. Okay? So what are the steps, right? How do you know that you are emotionally ready to love again? I want you to pay attention. What are the steps? The first thing is you first have to recognize that you are tripping even when there's no evidence in that current relationship, right? You are feeling anxious. You're feeling sad. You're feeling depressed after that relationship. You're feeling abandoned, right? These are core, strong emotional words. I want you to first identify what has happened to you. And the best way is to write it down so you can see what you're saying to yourself. Write it down. That's the first thing, right? Write down your emotions. How are you feeling? The second is, how do you know? You are enjoying your own company and you don't feel like you need a partner to complete you. Like, that is for the birds. That's how you know you're emotionally ready for another relationship, is because you're like, whether he or she comes, I'm going to be all right. We going to be all right. Come on now, right? You know that that person doesn't complete you. That's number 2. Number 3 is that it is important for you to make peace with your past and no longer feel levels of resentment towards your ex. That's how you move into the area of healing. When you are no longer harboring the anger, the stress, the frustration of that last relationship. You feel free. You feel like peaceful. You feel no longer any hatred or hostility towards your ex. Okay? Number 4, you have a clear sense of what you want and don't settle out of loneliness. You know what you want. Yes. And you do not tolerate foolishness and below your standards of what it is that you're looking for in a relationship. In other words, if you are not a smoker and you meet someone who's a smoker, because you're desperate for someone, right? This is hypothetical, of course. You're willing to put his needs before yours. What? No. Right? So you have to have a clear sense of what you want and what you will never settle on. Okay? Number 5, you feel so excited about love. You just know it is around the corner. You are anticipating all of the nuances of love, right? And you don't feel scared or depressed about it. Come on now. You don't feel depressed. You don't feel desperate. And also you don't feel levels of fear. In those moments that you grow as an individual, that you grow as a potential partner. So now that I described what it looks like when you are emotionally healed, I want you to be in this place where you understand that self-awareness and therapy, I'm going to always push therapy, because the reason why I am so big about therapy is because of the fact that it has done wonders in so many people's lives. And also, it allows you to really hear yourself speak about what troubles you. What are some of the things that you have dealt with? Right? In addition to that, the other tool to assist you with self-awareness, because my friends, it is about you being aware of yourself, is journaling, writing down your deepest thoughts, and then reading it back to yourself. Meditation, sitting in silence, quieting the chaos and the noise in your head so you can be in a place where you are being still, you are centering yourself, and also you are in a place where you are constantly reflecting on what is happening or what mistakes you have had, right? Or you've made. Because these are additional ways to build your self-awareness as well as your self-esteem. Actionable steps for healing. What are the actionable steps for healing, my friends? Right? I want you to give yourself permission to grieve and feel emotions fully. I know myself that when I was ready to love and really be ready for love, I had to give myself time. Because this is the thing people often do, is that they go from one relationship to the next, hoping that time will heal itself. And I tell you right now, if you do not take time for you without being in the company of others, you are doing yourself a disservice. You really are doing yourself a disservice. And so I know when I came out of that really toxic relationship, I gave myself time, and I also gave myself permission to feel angry, to feel resentful, to feel sad. And it's okay, because you have to grieve that chapter so you can move on to a better chapter of your life. In addition, it is important for you to work on self-love. And what I mean by that is you have to be in a place where you're building a fulfilling life before seeking a partner. What I often tell people to do, and I'm going to ask that you do it, my friend, is I ask that you say to yourself when you first wake up in the morning, hold yourself and say, I love you. I love you, Lisa. I love you, Tasha. I love you. When you first awake, the first 20 minutes of the brain is fully active. And it is important for you to speak positivity into your life and speak love into your life. And so hugging yourself, saying how much you love yourself helps to build your self-esteem. And then, of course, do the things that you enjoy, my friends. Do those things. Like for me right now, before I met my amazing beau, I made sure that I did the things that I enjoyed. And I was working on my nonprofit. I was doing all these great things. I was working on my podcast. I was doing the things that I wanted to do. And when he met me, literally, he was like, oh my goodness, you are doing a lot. Like, you are living your life. And that attracts another person who wants to live that life with you. So you want to really get in gear to take care of you, love you, live a fulfilling life. And a person from a distance will be looking at that and saying, wow, I can see myself enjoying life with her because she is really making it happen, or he's making it happen. Another actionable step, my friend, is to surround yourself with supportive people and seek professional help when needed. Like, it is important for you not to be around individuals who suck from your life, who subtract from your life, who divide from your life. You want to be surrounded by people who don't just suck the life out of you. You want to be surrounded by people who multiply, who add to your life, who say, I believe that you can do it. I believe in you and I'm here for you. That, my friend, is the key to living, is also being around people who want to also live with you. In addition to that, I think it's so important, my friend, that you set healthy boundaries. Set healthy boundaries, my friend. That means that you are not going to allow individuals to talk down to you. You're not going to allow someone to cheat on you and be accepting of that. You are going to recognize your worth in this relationship, your new relationship. Understand that you are worthy. Understand that you are bringing value to another person's life, and it should not be taken for granted. You know, oftentimes there are women and also men, but women who feel that their worth is connected to helping and saving a partner. Your job is not to save. Let me say that. You may disagree with me or not, but your job is not to save someone. Your job is to add to them, right? Is to be a helpmate, but not to save, not to rescue. You're not, part of the animal shelter and you have to save the poor cats and dogs. No. You want to be in a place where you understand that you're worthy and also you have a lot to contribute equally in the relationship, right? You want to be in a relationship where you're not giving more than that other individual. No, no, no. You've been there before. You were carrying that relationship 95% of the time. And where did that get you? Hurt, pain, right? You want to be in a place where you are giving almost as equally as the person that you're giving it to. You want them to give back to you because you deserve it, my friend. You deserve an individual that's going to respect your boundaries, that's going to recognize your worth, and is going to adore and respect you. So healing before loving is so important, my friend. Why? Because what it does is it sets you up for the person that God has predestined for you. Because healing is not something that happens immediately overnight. No, there's no perfect time to start dating. Okay, there's no perfect time to start dating again, but I want you to be in a place where you are focused on healing and loving you. Okay, I want you to know that, and I want you to be encouraged to trust yourself, trust God, honor your journey, all of those things that you've endured, all of those not so good relationships, the kissing of the frogs, until you found your prince, until you found your princess. You need to honor your journey. Say that, look, I'm a better person because of this. It has made me more resilient. It has made me more courageous. So I want you to embrace your journey and love when you truly are ready. Embrace that love. Embrace it when you truly are ready. And how do you know you are ready? You are not thirsty. Let me say that again. For those who don't know what thirsty means, that means that you are not desperate, that you don't feel like if I don't have this person or a person in my life, then I am not complete. No, It's the complete opposite. You are complete, and you're bringing your 100 and they are bringing their 100 to make a power couple. Okay. And so what is my call to action? Okay. My call to action is this, is that I want you to share this particular episode with as many people as possible. Because guess what? If you are on this journey, you are not alone. There's so many people who are feeling what you're feeling. They want to be in love. They want to find a fulfilling relationship, but they don't know if they are emotionally ready. They don't know what to do after a loss of a relationship. And I just gave you some gems. I just told you what you should be doing. And what that looks like is I want you to get to a place where you understand that healing is vital, right? Healing those emotional wounds from a divorce, is so vital that it creates the person you become afterwards. And so it's important for you to understand, yeah, right now you don't trust. Right now you're fearful of being abandoned. Right now you've lost your identity because you were in a toxic relationship. But let me say that to you, is that the impact of unhealed trauma really creates unhealed relationships in the future, or traumatic relationships in the future. Okay. So what are the signs? Just to recap, a signs that you are emotionally ready is that you enjoy your own company and you don't need someone to do it. You can take yourself out to dinner. You can buy yourself flowers, right? You enjoy your own company. Also, you've made peace with your past, right? You're no longer feeling this level of resentment towards your ex. In addition, you have a clear sense of what you want, and you are not willing to settle for less. Okay. You are not willing to settle just because you don't want to be alone. As I said before, you are not thirsty. Okay. You are truly not thirsty. And then also, you feel excited about the future. You feel excited about love. You're not resentful. You're not pessimistic. You're not making statements like there are no good men out there. Oh my goodness, I can't trust them. They're all liars. No, you're positive about it, because remember, you will attract what you say out of your mouth. Okay. In addition, I think it's so important for you to do a lot of work around self-awareness and therapy and love for self. Right. And then, of course, I just gave you those actionable steps. Start saying how much you love yourself. Start saying that you love yourself. Give yourself permission to grieve. Surround yourself with supportive people. And of course, recognize your worth and set some boundaries. My friends, I am a firm believer that you are set up for greatness. You are truly set up for greatness, but you have to do the work. But let me say to you, it is all worth it. It is all worth it. So get up, dust your knees, dust your face, and say, okay, I'm going to take an L. This wasn't good for me, but now I'm going to do the work to heal, set free, and let go, and love, because you deserve it. So, my friends, I'm so excited, as always, to bring to you episode 149, because I am here to share and to educate, and to also, of course, let you know that you are not alone. You are not alone. So with that said, I'm your girl, Natasha Paris. And you know how I often end my podcast episodes is, you know what it is. I want you to be empowered for greatness, because without greatness, there's absolutely no you. And without you, there is absolutely no greatness. Absolutely no greatness. So with that said, see you in the next episode. Bye.